take me somewhere where we can see epic rainforests, some beautiful beaches, and eat some great seafood.
Starting route to Moreton Bay region.
Let's get in a car, let's drive like we're far. We're flying like stars, supernova. We'll go with the wind, take it for a spin. Keep doing it over and over. Ooh, life is like a roller coaster, baby. Ooh, I just wanna pull you closer, baby. We spin it around, way up in the clouds. You can't bring us down, supernova. Get lost in the light, losing track of time. It's taking us over.
There's no place like home, and the Moama Steamers become three-time Bowls Premier League champions.
Bowls Australia acknowledges the traditional owners and custodians of the land in which this stream is produced. We pay our respects to all First Nations people and acknowledge elders past and present.
Day 3 of the Bowls Premier League, the 18th edition of the tournament is heating up after a huge night last night where a few teams made their move in their bid to get to Friday night's finals. A massive morning coming up. 4 matches, in fact, on Rinkside Live. Val Febo, my name, and joining me, she has done for the first 2 days. Welcome back again, Sophie Kurzman. You're absolutely dominating this, and how are you finding it so far?
Yeah, good. It's good to have a nice front row seat to most of the games, and yeah, good to get a bit of insight from different people. So yeah.
Certainly is, and we've had a massive night last night. The first night session, it was great. There was plenty of wonderful bowls. Michael Sims probably headlined that with his effort in the second match against the Lions. But that's the ladder. Moama sitting comfortably on top with a last gasp win over the Moreton Bay Pirates last night. They're 6-1. The Tridents and Ospreys. The Ospreys went undefeated yesterday. We've got them this morning against the eXtreme. The Gold Coast Hawks, they're in 4th position after a big win over the eXtreme last night in a tiebreak. The eXtreme eXtreme, their tiebreak record,
Yes.
still not great, but they're 3-4. They're sitting in the top 5 ahead of a huge match this morning. The Melbourne Pulse and the Moreton Bay Pirates waiting to pounce on that finals position. What can they do today? The Pioneers, the Lions and the Suns round out the bottom 3, all on 2 wins and 5 losses. But this morning, it is the Ospreys and the eXtreme. The eXtreme of Kylie Whitehead, Ali Forsyth, Maddie Flapper, Calvin Kirko, the coach, up against the juggernaut yesterday. Chloe Stewart,
Yep.
Corey Wedlock, Aaron Tees and Wayne Turley, the coach. But they went 4-0 yesterday, the Ospreys. So they were in very fine form, and what they put together last night in the night matches was absolutely sensational. Aaron Tees was well and truly on song against the Adelaide Pioneers and got the job done fairly. Well, they seemed to get the job done fairly easy. They made it look it anyway.
Sometimes, yeah.
And starting on the bench will be Chloe Stewart and Ali Forsyth as Chloe walks past us now with the Spalms tan. Where are your Spalms, Chloe? You should be wearing them. They're coming out tonight, apparently. Well, 200 games this morning for Joe Edwards and Alex Marshall at the Bowls Premier League. What an unbelievable duo they are for the Moreton Bay Pirates. And both have played for other franchises, one for other franchises. Aaron Wilson as well. 250 Bowls Premier League games as well. 84 or 5 at the Sydney Lions now. Caitlin Inch as well. 100 franchise games for the Adelaide Pioneers. So a wonderful effort from her, the former Moama Steamer. So she's the third player to play 100 games for the Pioneers. Beck Van Ash was one of the foundation members there with Scotty and Wayne Rudiger. So, starting off, Kylie and Corey up against, or leading for Maddie and Teasy. Corey and Teasy, their record as mates and as friends.
Pretty dynamic duo, most would say.
Yeah.
Usually go hand in hand with each other.
Well and truly speaks for itself. But the whole Tweed team, like they've been so consistent for so long, and they won in BPL 12 and 13 together. Missed one together in, I think, BPL 15 last year, where Kira Burke filled in for Chloe due to work commitments. But Teasy and Chloe have been part of all of their championships. Corey came in for 12 and 13 in the eXtreme. Well, Ali and Matt Flapper, their work in tandem is so impressive, and what they do together. And Kylie Whitehead's addition has been sensational. She's been brilliant.
Incredible this series. And we've all said so and all agreed. Very, very pleased with her as our new addition.
Plays out of Wodonga, does Kylie Whitehead. Ovens and Murray region, I believe.
Country League.
That's a good part of the world up there.
It's a beautiful place.
Beautiful in summer, but also in winter. If you head down to, there's a town called Bright, and in winter, although it is nice in summer, winter it is just magical, although absolutely freezing.
Yes, like most of Victoria in the winter.
That's true. Coming back from the Australian Open this year was a rude shock.
Yeah. Yep.
I was going to go for a walk the next day, and I had about 6 layers on, and then it started to spit, and I was like, no, I'm going back home.
Pretty consistent start here from these two.
Yep.
Carl's with just 2 behind, and Corey looking with an improvement on his first here. Or just running into his first, but promoted his own.
Of course, this is our first look at the Ospreys on Ringside Live here at BPL18, Soph, and
much to everyone's excitement,
I know.
They're pretty much a fan favourite.
They are.
Usually.
And I know there's some fans of all 3 of these players, but none more than, and she's not watching yet, she hasn't commented, but Val McKenzie, she loves Aaron Tees. She's his biggest fan.
Probably behind his mum, I'd say.
No, I reckon even bigger. So Corey Wedlock. That's a
very consistent start from both of these guys.
Nice finish there, but they got the weight right. Just the line a little bit off, but we've seen now coming towards the ditch side where Kylie is now. That's where they really start to turn in. So we'll see what happens here. As Matty Flapper, I think he's heading this way now. So we'll get an idea of what the green is or what the rink is doing this morning here.
Got his Tiger 2s as well, so they will spin. Played it pretty well. Great shot, Matty. And you just see, obviously with the Tiger 2s, it's pretty deceiving to see the spin of the green purely because they turn so much themselves. But even everyone else's bowls have sort of just had that last minute turn down that hand.
That's a brilliant start from Matty Flapper. Those cosmic slices, the Henselites. And the Black Friday sales are all commencing now, and Henselite, you can get $50 off your set of bowls with BPL18, the code at the checkout, so use that, BPL18, henselite.com, excludes a lot of bowls from those promotions, or not a lot, but just the AFL ones and some other select models, but you get $50 off a set of bowls, which I might be doing. The problem is I'd get the Richmond set.
Yes.
Still pay full price for those. Anything Richmond is priceless. Jinx.
Matty wasn't too far off there, just sort of ducked under. Probably just needs to be around here. His bowls will turn around there.
What has Aaron T's got?
He's just spin. Pretty good home. Did need one behind the head, to be fair, so...
You're exactly right, because Kylie's bowls, there are a lot of catches back there if that jack does get spilled at all.
No matter if he ducks under, just going to clip it.
Now, does this open things to try and find a gap here?
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit of a runner, possibly?
Yeah.
Corey saying, just reach enough, get inside of this. Bowls is so much like a game of chess sometimes. As
Well, it literally is. Nearly got a result.
Huge effort from Aaron Tees. Almost got there, but the Melbourne Extreme Open proceedings with the first shot of the match. It'll be 1-0 after 1. Of course, you can check all of the live scores across the Bowls Premier League with results.bowlslink.com.au, or the Bowls Now app available on the App Store or Google Play Store. The other matches this morning, Soph. The Gold Coast Hawks and the Tassie Tridents, the Perth Suns and the Sydney Lions, the Moama Steamers and the Melbourne Pulse. And then on the TV rink, it is the Adelaide Pioneers and Moreton Bay Pirates. It was a trying day for the home franchise yesterday. They're 3-4, still well and truly in contention,
Absolutely.
but there was a tough loss for them last night against the Steamers after managing to tie the opening set out of nowhere and then dropping a 6-0 lead.
Yeah, it made it a little bit hard for them, but like you said, not over yet. Kylie's played this pretty well.
Absolutely brilliant. She's slotted in seamlessly,
Perfectly.
Kylie Whitehead.
She has. Great response from Corey. Back hopper. Probably going to be stiff to still be maybe one down.
And Wayne Turley, he loves it. Now, here she is, Val McKenzie. She's watching.
on.
Good morning, Val and Co. Go Ospreys. And then Fiona Hall also joining in.
Carl's just missing her line there.
She's allowed to miss one.
She is allowed to miss one.
She's nailed pretty much all the others. Corey Wedlock, two-time world champion. It was pretty cool to be there up on the Gold Coast when, or down on the Gold Coast, I should say. We're we're north of there at the moment.
Yeah.
Oh, Corey Wedlock, that
What a
is huge. And
I
Teasy,
think he's made 3 out of that too,
Yeah.
which is just absolutely insane.
he's somehow made 3 of that. And Teasy with I think he had his hat off for ages. Look at the replay.
This is insane. Mind you, there's about 10 centimetre gap between Kylie and Corey's bowl. Comes directly around it, touches 3.
It's mind-boggling how
Is
good
insane.
that is. And I was just about to sing Corey's praises about how good it was to see him win. Matty Flapper with huge weight.
Just missing. I wouldn't, back Maddie to miss 3 times. So if that's what we're going to see, I can expect an open head soon.
Yeah, Corey with 2 gold medals at the World Champs this year and was very emotional after the first one. It was a tough year for him in 2022, obviously the loss of his father, Glenn, and not to mention the Commonwealth Games. It wasn't the result that he would have wanted going out in the sectional rounds of both events he was in, but he rebounded as Matty goes again. He gets 2 out and might have
shot. He does.
He does. He's created shot. Kylie Whitehead's bowl remains.
What a bomb.
That's exactly what he was after. I reckon he would have liked to have killed all 3, but look at the replay there. Matty Flapper. Boom.
Left the ball spinning.
Yep.
Teasy's pretty close here.
Not
Any
far
touch.
away.
Any touch was needed.
1 each from both to come. Now Matty Flapper. Where does he go here, Sophie?
Probably just looking to sit that Tweed bowl because Teasy only needs to just touch that bowl of Kylie's and they get 1. So another second.
Well, he's coming in for it. Needs it to hurry a little bit.
Good shot.
So it's still 1. Does that make it a bit more of a target? The only problem is
Yeah.
Tweed, well, they've got the back of the rink. Matty Flapper just comes and gives Wayne Turley a little massage. Aaron T's not far away, but ultimately Matty Flapper's bomb is the difference.
What an end that was.
And we get a power play from Wayne Turley. It's very early by Wayne Turley standards.
Whacks himself on the head with it.
Double shots on offer for the Tweed Heads Ospreys. It's a 2-0 lead to the Melbourne eXtreme at the present. And all 4 of these players have been in pretty good form already.
Absolutely.
Now, Soph, we haven't had a tie break yet.
No, still.
We're
waiting.
On ringside. We saw a couple last night, which was good. But I'm waiting for one. Is
I'm
this
waiting
the
for
match?
I sure hope not. From a Sunbury perspective and a Melbourne eXtreme perspective.
But from a broadcaster
perspective, that's exactly what we want to see. If I'm trying not to be biased, and I'm very much trying not to be, I don't want to see one because we haven't won one yet. I don't want to see one.
Yeah, tiebreak and eXtreme don't
They're
really
not
go.
friends. They're not friends.
But it's funny, it hasn't been just for this tournament, which I don't mean to harp on that for any eXtreme fans out there, but yeah, their record in
Just
tiebreaks.
don't know why though. And usually it's last bowl.
Yeah,
9 times out of 10 it's been last bowl. But that's the game we play.
it is.
It's what we sign up for, and it's the format you're playing. It's ruthless.
It
but
is ruthless.
It's what makes it enjoyable. Sometimes.
Good morning to La Ching Kwok watching in Hong Kong. Mel Smedley watching on as well. Great to have everybody's company. Oh, the Tweed Ospreys are watching on as well.
They must have it back on at the club.
Yeah, I wonder who they're supporting. So at the moment, Kylie Whitehead holding sway with Corey Wedlock trying to finish off this lead exchange in front. Just going to crash in. Hawks and Tridents next door. Hawks leading 4-0 after 2. The Perth Suns, well, they have started in lightning fashion. I reckon they've clinched the 6 in the opening end there.
Oh, they've just dropped to 4, however, but still in front. Moving along, Val.
I feel like that's happening a lot to
Yeah,
Perth.
absolutely. What have we got?
We've got the far rink between the Pulse and the Steamers. I've got a score here for you. Let me just refresh my page. Of course, you can go to results.bowlslink.com.au or the Bowls Now app to find out all the scores. 3-0 in favour of the Steamers after 2. And the Pioneers and the Pirates leading that 4-0 after 1. So 4 on the first end. Now, so
Oh, no.
I've
just read it.
Yeah, so Lockie Williams sitting next to me, he's got the stats up. eXtreme have the franchise history tie-break record of 37.5%, which is the worst out of any franchise.
It's not what we wanted to hear, Lockie, but thank you.
Which, having said that, and not to really rub salt into the wounds, it's higher than I thought.
Yeah, it's more than a third. Great effort there from Maddie, just giving Teasy a few rolls, but still plenty of room, I'd say.
So I remember back to BPL18, the first event for the eXtreme, and Carla Krasanik was so frustrated. Well, this is now starting to look very, very promising for the Tweed Heads Ospreys. Holding a couple on a power play. Matty Flapper really needs to do something about it. He's gone with sort of heavier weight, trying to obstruct things here, and he's
close. He's very close.
He's not far, Matty Flapper.
Flop for shot. Well played.
He's done the job.
And a back hopper. Very, very, very well played.
Magnificent, and high fives for everybody on the eXtreme bench.
He could not have played that any better.
Have a look at this.
Purely for the fact that he's landed right behind the jack, which is hard. You know, if he had something to sit, the Ospreys had the next couple, so he's made it very hard for Teasy there.
Teasy's gone with weight. Touched.
He's going to make one out of it.
Stayed in.
Oh, it stayed in, yeah.
And, well, the jack hasn't, but the bowl has.
The bowl has, so that'll respot to the meter mark.
So I think that'll do. One.
So 1 turns into 2.
And double that to 2. The Melbourne eXtreme now respond and reciprocate there with the power play. 2 apiece. Calvin Kirko has seen enough and says it's my turn now. Double shots on offer for the Melbourne eXtreme. And the way Matty Flapper's been sending down his final bowl, well, you wouldn't bet against them. But Tweed are on the board.
Pretty handy start there from Corey. We do have a couple of top 5 clashes here as we speak, as like you said before, Val, the Tassie Tridents and Gold Coast Hawks, both in the top 5. eXtreme evening that out. We've got they're sitting 5th and the Ospreys above them. So a bit of ladder change I'd expect after this round, everyone.
There will be there'll be heaps. And we always call Thursday moving day, or it used to be anyway when it was a Tuesday to Friday competition, but now Wednesday I think is posing probably as that moving day because of the sheer number of matches that you have to play. 5 matches all up. There's 4 on Thursday and 3 on Friday before the finals. Sorry, only 2 day games tomorrow. BPL Cup final takes precedence.
Awesome shot from Kyles. What's he done here? Got 1 out of it, or 2 now. There's one of Kylie's specialties, the little trail, so we'd probably expect that she'd get this. She's had 2 in the area.
Paul Vardy saying the Puma kits look awesome.
They do.
Certainly do. Now, Sophie, what has Kylie Whitehead done here?
No, I've just called it.
You have?
I did. I said I said the trail was her specialty, but when she's given 2 options, she's very likely to do at least one of them. So.
And she is. And she has done.
And she set that up perfectly for Maddie.
Well, she continues to impress, does Kylie Whitehead. Physio to the stars.
Yes.
Soon to be usurped by Sophie Kurzman.
I'd love to work with her, not against her. And she's awesome off the green too. She's given me heaps of advice on, you know, how to apply for things and how to get involved. So she's been my go-to.
Ah, nice. She's very good value off the green. There aren't many funnier people than Kylie Whitehead.
Oh my goodness, she is hilarious. What has Maddie Flapper done here?
Very
Needs
dry.
to spin.
Yep.
Played it pretty well. Could be 2. Maybe not to the front one.
Very close. But yeah, Kylie with a very dry sense of humour. Very funny.
She comes out with some great one-liners.
She does. There are a couple at the Com Games last year that I still laugh about. Teasy just going over the top there. That'll probably treacle towards the ditch, or will it stay up? No, it's in. Matty Flapper with his second. Joe Franzi watching on. One of Broadbeach's finest. Morning Val and Sophie, another typical Teasy shot. Go Ospreys. Joe is a very good man.
Needs to hurry, Maddie. Just falling shy.
Extraordinary line, but just needed a bit more weight. Melbourne eXtreme had a lot of fans last night as well.
They did.
Sophie.
We've got a couple of our directors from the club up here, and Di has an incredible finger whistle. So that's what you would have heard.
Ah, okay.
I turned around to her, so that helped a lot. Thank you.
And
great
Aaron,
shot from Teasy.
Tease, that is brilliant. And the booming voice of Wayne Turley, he loves it too. So what's the go here for Maddie Flapper? Kylie, as you can see, Sophie, as you can see the replay here.
So Matt's playing the same hand now. Kylie said any touch, it's probably going to ricochet off Teasy's last bowl, so needs to spin. Going to try hard.
It's coming.
Gonna try hard. Not quite. Great effort.
Power play defended thanks to some sensational Aaron Tees bowling.
Mind you, the Ospreys, that's one of... We didn't see many power plays won.
No.
We didn't see anyone on the floor, did we?
On the first day,
First
no.
day,
Oh, maybe I think we lost the first 6 or something like that.
Was ridiculous.
So,
but now we've seen a few more being won by their own team.
So, Tweed heads. They've won the last 2 ends, and now all of a sudden they take the lead thanks to their power play win on end 3. They lead by 1 with an end to play in the opening stanza here at Club Pine Rivers, of course. We have 4 matches today on Ringside Live. It's the Steamers and the Lions up next at 10:15 local time, 11:30 local time, the Hawks and the Suns, and then last, Steamers and the Ospreys. The score will update very shortly, but it is 3-2 in favour of the Ospreys.
What I have noticed is this has been a game of ones.
Has
Obviously, the power play turned 1-2, but every end has been a score of 1. So just shows how tight this game is.
Yes.
And will likely be going into the next set, pending whoever wins.
Is it something that you analyse during a match, Sophie, when you've got the scorecard? Are you looking at the trends or anything like that?
I do actually, yeah. It's a common thing amongst our amongst the Victorian team that every 5 ends we call them sets, so similar to this, and we analyse, whether we won the set and, did we get more ends than them, or did we get more ends but lost, or something along the lines of that. So definitely something I look at, and, seeing what works, what hasn't worked, and what they're doing, and it's pretty good to analyse something like that, I reckon.
100%. And speaking with Barry Lester a lot, and I think the viewers would have heard him at the World Bowls Championships on Ringside Live with me, is Corey Wedlock. Brilliantly done.
Responding perfectly. Kylie had a great bowl there before.
This morning it's been anything you can do, I can do better. But yeah, you listen to Baz and all the things that he does in terms of analysing patterns and heads and which ends you've won to, which ends you've lost to, where you've conceded big shots. It's so important, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. You really need to figure out what's going right for you and where you can improve.
100%. As you look at Corey Wedlock, the way that darted back and nailed the jack. Took shot away from the Melbourne eXtreme. They're on a 4-match winning streak, the Tweed Heads Ospreys. Five-match winning streak, I should say. They went 0-2, and they've not lost since. So things might have looked a bit ominous and gloomy for them early on. Aaron Tees. Not sure if that's in for two. I think still one.
Kylie's called ditch weight. Any contact? Needs it to spin. Played that weight very well. That's probably ideal.
So Maddie Flapper will have 2 left in the tank. Aaron Tees is going to try and obstruct everything that he possibly can. What was the idea there for Tees? He was just trying to get one around the back to cover these catches here.
Either split the 3 or... yeah, probably split the 3.
Big weight, Maddie Flapper.
Got his
and the only bowl he cleaned out is his own, and now the target is a lot smaller.
Yeah.
So Corey Wedlock is saying, put one right in between our shot bowls and those 2 eXtreme catches. And Aaron Tees, he's gone around the back. It's not too bad. I reckon that's stopped for 3. And it hasn't, importantly, I thought it might create a bit of a target for Maddie Flapper. Massive weight again from Matt Flapper. Close, but not close enough. So, opening set after losing the first couple of ends. The Melbourne eXtreme, the Tweed Heads Ospreys lost the first couple of ends. They got the job done in the end, winning the last 3. And they take it with a triple. 6-2 in the end. And substitutions coming on. It is Chloe Stewart and Ali Forsyth. So double substitution here. Chloe coming on for her first bowls of the match. So dangerous is Chloe Stewart.
She is.
One of the best deliveries in the game. One of the best leaders in this competition. She's always on the jack from the get-go.
Today is no different, apparently.
That is magnificent. To come in cold, and she does this more often than not. Comes in cold and nails it straight away.
Yeah.
She's got an ability to make use of those roll-up ends that she gets.
Yeah, absolutely.
Knows what the green's doing. And Ali Forsyth,
from Ali.
no different.
Yeah.
Nicknamed Chief there by Maddie Flapper.
G, I think.
Oh, was it G?
Like Ali G.
Ah.
Chief at work too. He's pretty much in charge.
I'm a big Sacha Baron Cohen fan.
Ali, not a big fan of this one. Think he's just pacey.
If it does stop before it gets to the ditch, which it will, that's not too bad. If anything does spill back there.
So he's also playing with Tiger 2s, and Kylie's the only one in the team playing with XGs. So, battle of the Tiger 2s against the... Chloe's got her XGs. And I'm not sure which arrows Teasy is using.
Chloe just finding the gap, but it does join Ali Forsyth's out there. And that will do, because if there is any spillage of the jack, or if it does get pushed back at all, both of those will come into play as Ali Forsyth. He's got the weight right here, I think.
Pretty good openers from these two, I should say.
That'll do for two. Dare say that'll change, though. Aaron Tees and Maddie Flapper have had a lot to say about things in the past few ends.
Absolutely.
Alan Vidia saying that Teesy's on the Optimus.
There you go, thank you.
Those Henselite Cosmic Slices look absolutely sensational, don't they?
We've had nothing but compliments from them. Teasy just coming down, getting rid of one of the shot bowls and rolling the next one jack high. So, pretty good result.
And of course, Soph, Henselite.
Yes.
$50 off your set of bowls when you use BPL18 at the checkout. Excludes a few exclusive sets of bowls like the AFL branded ones, but $50 off a set of bowls, that's not bad at all with the Black Friday sales coming through.
Pretty good, I'd say. So Maddie Flapper just draw jack high. Good enough for two, though, I think. Teasy just promoting his own in for shot, or one of Chloe's, sorry. Great shot there from Maddie.
Brilliant. Trenton Healy watching on. He's a very good man. He's joined us on Ringside Live before. We'll come down soon when the work quietens down. Does great work at this club. Also a very good marker on the night session. Call him Primetime Trent.
Chloe's enjoying this one. Teasy's very close. Just going to flop out for third. Oh no, got second.
So Maddie Flapper.
So by the looks of things, the eXtreme will take the opening end of the second set.
Barring catastrophe. No,
Maddie Flapper staying away.
Yeah.
I've say that's what it was.
I've said that so many times and something has happened. But like it was in the first set, the eXtreme open it with a single. Brett Spurs saying hi Sophie, completely ignoring me.
Hi Sperry.
But there's a reason why Sophie Kurzman is here. Absolutely nailing the expert comments. Is it something you ever envisaged yourself doing?
Commentary?
Yeah.
Not for a while. I used to be, much to everyone's surprise, I'm sure, these days. I used to be really, really shy.
Oh, really?
When I was starting out, and I think that's what a good thing about bowls is that you get to talk to so many generations over time, and I've come out of my shell definitely since probably the age of, I'd probably say 16, so the last 3 or 4 years. And that's funny because as soon as I moved to Melbourne Pennant, you meet many more people, you sort of play many more games, and I have definitely come out of my shell. So I do love doing some media work and the commentary, and obviously I do a lot for Club Sunbury.
Yeah, it's good stuff that Club Sunbury are putting together.
They do a
for
fantastic job on their social pages. When I'm not on there, for sure. No, I do a little bit on there. But I've definitely, I would genuinely not really talk a couple of years ago, but now you won't. I say to people, you'll hear me before you see me these days. I'm always somewhere, and it's usually behind a mic. So I really do enjoy it. I did never see myself doing it though.
There you go.
But I absolutely love it. Oh, we just got the markers having a grand old chat in front of the camera.
They've moved now. A big thank you to all the markers and all the work that they do, because they are working tirelessly. They're doing days that are just as big as the ones that we're doing here at the BPL, and of course they all are proudly supported by APIA, the go-to insurance for retirees. APIA.com.au for all of your needs.
Now, Maddie's called Ali to just sit that bowl of Chloe's, just for any load on the jack, but didn't quite get there, but another close one. Couple of seconds. Chloe just getting the back here. Now Matty's playing down on his forehand, I'm assuming just to play the same sort of shot, just touching Teasy's bowl. Played it pretty well. Just needs to hold on.
Got his own. Moved it up.
Made it a much better looking setup.
100%. And there is a target there as well if he needs to go for it. And Chloe's rightfully put her foot down and said, this is where I need you to bowl, Aaron Tees.
Right in the middle of these four, thank you.
And I believe Aaron Tees is going to oblige.
Yeah. Looking a little pacey, but in the area.
Oh, it has darted back though. So,
oh, yeah, right.
Just needed a little bit less weight on that, Aaron Tees. But he's still got 2 left in the tank, so no harm done. A little loosener that wasn't far off the mark is exactly what he'd be after. Matty Flapper, not far away.
Well. Played it very, very well.
Spills the jack out, and we're drawing to uncharted territory now. The Melbourne eXtreme holding sway, just the one. Some live scores around the traps. We'll bring you those in just a sec as this bowl comes in from Aaron Tees, who, well, that jack is going to have to get some frequent fly miles. Absolutely brilliant. Matty Flapper just coming underneath, not a bad effort. So, the Gold Coast Hawks lead, the Tassie Tridents lead the Gold Coast Hawks 4-0. In the second set, I believe hang on. I think there's an issue with the scoreboard there. We'll bring you that update when we can. Sydney Lions took the first set over the Perth Suns.
To the Ospreys.
Power play taken there by the Melbourne eXtreme. So the Ospreys get themselves on the board in the second set. They lead it 2-1. And Calvin Kirko wants the double shots. Chloe Stewart. Matt in the middle. Jack right back on the tee. There we go. There's the scoreboard fixed. Gold Coast Hawks won the opening set over the Tridents 5-4. The Sydney Lions took the opener over the Perth Suns 8-6. The Melbourne Pulse, they stormed to the opening set over the Moama Steamers. I think it was 12-3 in the end. And then the Moreton Bay Pirates 13-2 in the opening set over the Adelaide Pioneers. So, everything just shaping up beautifully. And a word that we use so regularly at a Bowls Premier League is logjam. And that's exactly what is going to happen, it seems, by the end of round 1 this morning, or round 8.
Great correction there from Chloe.
So just got a question from Sissy, if this is being shown on Fox, it is, but from 4 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. That's the night session from about 4 till 10.
I've just seen Vinnie McElwain's comment about my Brown Bowls uniform. My home club in Ballarat had the most beautiful brown and yellow, like Hawthorn brown uniform, and they decided that the shorts should just be all brown. So that's the uniform I wore for 7 years, and it's a masterpiece. I actually had to keep the shorts when I moved to Sunbury.
Oh, did you?
They're too iconic to get rid of. And that's why Maddie Flapper calls me Mudguard, because apparently my shorts look like a mudguard. He's the only one that still calls me it. No, he started it when he coached me in under 18s.
Not anymore, Mudguard.
No, and he's the only one that still calls me Mudguard. That's what you'll hear him say when I play a good bowl, like at Nationals. He'd yell out across the green, "Shot Mudguard," and I was like, "Oh dear God, Matthew."
You've had to Matthew him.
I had to Matthew him. So thank you for bringing that to everyone's attention, Vinny. I really appreciate that.
Oh, you brought Mudguard to my attention, so...
It's a shocker. I say I like my last name. You can do so much with my last name, but no, Mudguard, that's what it is.
I think the first time I wrote your last name into an article, I spelled it completely wrong. I don't know where I pulled it. I think it went Curzon or something like that.
Curzon. I don't think you put an M in there. I've had Kurtzman with a T. Yeah. I've had Kurzman with 2 N's.
I haven't stuffed it up since then.
No,
so
you've done really well.
Yeah, I'll take it. I don't know. It was a long day.
I was called Sophie Cruiseman this week.
Oh, Cruiseman. Okay.
Cruiseman, like the
Tom
R
Cruise.
and the U, which I thought that was pretty cool. Not gonna lie. So sounds cooler than my own name.
All right. Well,
might see a little bit of pace here from Matthew. Just a little. It's probably a 10th% of his regular drive.
He's not far away here,
he's
Matty
played it
Flapper.
pretty well.
Got rid of the Ospreys bowl.
Maybe 2. Ali wants him to stay on, and he did. Well played.
That's a sensational delivery. Well called by you, Mudguard.
Oh, dear. Oh,
I had
dearie
to.
me.
I had
Dearie
to.
me. I shouldn't have said anything.
No.
This is Vinny's fault. And soap. That's another one I get.
Oh, just forgetting to add the H.
Yeah. Soapy.
Don't worry. Do
Or
you know?
Sophia. There's only one person in bowls that calls me Sophia, and that's Nathan Black. And has done for years.
Don't worry. There's when you say Val down the phone line for a phone order or anything like that, it never comes out as Val.
No.
I've had Del, Bell, Gal, Dal. Someone actually put my name as Vince in an email recently.
Vince.
I have no idea where he pulled Vince from.
I love it. Now, we saw Maddie just crash into that front bowl. If he was going to crash, he'd probably want to give it 1 roll to make it a certain 2, but just didn't quite have enough. Now, he's not far away, Teasy.
Aaron Tees, he's so close. Does it roll too far? Is it enough? Chloe Stewart says yes, it is.
Look for it.
Absolutely
When you
brilliant.
get a confident call like that from Ali, Maddie usually goes into the shot with confidence. So, like, when he goes into every shot with confidence, but when Ali is certain on his call,
Just obstructed the front. So another power play defended by the Tweed Heads Ospreys. And substitution being made. Chloe Stewart has done her job. And quite well too, I might add. Losing just the one end. So 3-1. No power play indicated by Wayne Turley. So he'll save that for the final end. Vince, that is true. That is true. It is a decent name change. But when it's not your name and it's not even close to it, it's very bizarre. But I had Dahl once at a pizza place.
Dahl.
Yeah. Or the one is when you get Miss Val Febo on because they don't know whether I'm a male or female.
Oh dear.
It's fun being me sometimes.
Great starter from Ali. Pretty good stuff from both these guys.
Yeah, Corey's been in supreme form
He has.
this BPL, and we talked about it before. His confidence levels, they're up, and Aaron T's the same. Both of them, of course, now world champions.
Absolutely.
All of the players on this rink have represented their nation at international level.
They have.
Ali Forsyth, of course, for New Zealand. It's one of the more epic Bowls Premier League finals in APL 3 for the New Zealand Blackjacks. The final bowl beauty in the tiebreak against the Port Adelaide Endurance.
Corey sitting the shot bowl there. Well played.
So it's almost do or die here for the Melbourne Extreme. This end absolutely pivotal.
Yeah, Ali just falling through, but another bowl behind the head.
The problem is the Tweed Heads Ospreys, they've got their power play
They
still to
do.
come.
They
So
do.
the Extreme, if they want to try and put things beyond doubt, probably need to score a,
The next
maybe,
two ends.
maybe a 3 or 4 here. But I think they'll take anything. At least a 2 here, I think. Try and just say if we win the last end, we force it to a tiebreak and give ourselves every chance of getting the job done. But the Ospreys have won 5 of the last 6 ends in this match.
Matty Flapper's on a pretty good track here with his Tiger 2s. Just narrowly missing.
So Matty has got 2 more. Teasy, 1 after this bowl concludes its roll. Crashes in at the back, so I dare say the winning bowl hasn't been played yet.
Yes.
Wants it to get down, Matty Flapper. That's going to crash and make 2 for the Ospreys, and the jack is protected, but any obstruction on that bowl, and that jack spills out. What's the go here? Did Corey just say blocker?
I think he did.
That's minimal weight from Aaron Tees there. Needs it to go a bit more. So we're going to get a kill maybe.
Yeah. I think he's just playing the right weight so because the jack's loaded.
Nominate the kill.
So nominate the kill just in case, but he doesn't actually want it to kill. Well, it's fine now, but beforehand he didn't want it to kill because they don't have the tee. Shot.
Spills, kills, and we replay the end.
And you won't see a drive much more perfect than that.
So
The idea behind that was any contact on the jack was likely a shot to Melbourne Extreme, but it was okay to kill it anyway, just to restart.
have a look at this.
Pretty perfect. Smack bang, see you later.
Poetry in motion, or slam poetry in motion. Sensational there from Matty Flapper. So we redo end 4. No power plays were nominated for, so no harm done. If it was a Tweed power play, they would have still had the red jack because they weren't the ones to kill the end. If you kill your own power play end, that's it. You don't get the power play. One killed end, one nomination to kill an end per set for each team.
shot there from Ali.
Question from Doug Hawkins asking what the patches on the shorts are. And those patches are like a little chamois material for bowlers to wipe their hands. It can get quite sweaty out there, so it's just like a little towel that they have on their shorts to just dry the moisture, enhance the grip on the bowl. A lot of AFL clubs have it as well on their shorts when they're trying to grip the footy. And the bowlers have it as well, because obviously when you've got bowl in hand, you need it to be as stuck to your hand as you want it. And
Great shot, Corey.
Corey has masked it a little bit here, and it's 3 at the moment to the Ospreys. What's Maddie Flapper instructing Ali to do here? Soph?
You can catch an inside edge of that front bowl, should get the second shot. Otherwise, you can almost get the edge of the shot bowl and still get that bowl. So any angles are pretty good with any contact. But instead, he's going to clear it out a little bit.
I don't think I've ever seen Matty Flapper without a smile on his face. Just walking down the green, he's always happy, always enjoying himself.
He's not often unhappy, unless
I'd hate to see him
unless you were one of the people like myself that joked about him turning 50 instead of 45. But nah, he laughs it off. He was more offended that someone thought he was in the over 60s side.
Oh, that's a day I don't ever want to come, but I'm more scared about turning 30, to be honest. I've still got 2.5 years, so it's okay.
That's what I'm going to make you feel old again, Val.
Yeah, you're not even 21.
I'm actually, the last day of the next BPL, I'm 21.
Wow.
So
February, what,
23rd.
23?
Yep. Big old 21. Great shot, Maddie.
Yeah, you can just stop talking now, so. It is a good day, though, the old 21st.
It is. I'm excited.
I'd have mine 3 months late in 2017. Had work commitments that January, so couldn't
perfect.
celebrate it. Had a very belated birthday. Got a lot of late presents, though. It was fantastic.
Oh, that would have been awesome.
Loved it.
Pretty good call there from Ellie. Matt's given up on it. Just shy.
So nomination to kill here for Tweed. Teasy's going big. He's on his haunches. He's not blinking. How close is he? Beautifully done by Aaron Tees. That is exactly what he was after. And now, what is the count here, Sophie Kurzman?
At least 4, I would say.
That's a massive count.
Close to, well, yeah,
Close to
4.
5.
Close
Definitely
to 5.
4.
I'll call 5.
Maddie Flapper needs something here.
Shot.
He's got it.
He's played that very well. He's very unlucky to get that rebound
Yep.
off the second shot,
But more importantly, Sophie Kurzman, it is a 2, which means that things are level pegging going into the final end here of the second set. The eXtreme win it, we go to a tiebreak. The Ospreys win it. It is their power play. That's inconsequential to...
doesn't matter anymore.
No,
Yeah.
it's just whoever wins this end. But if the Ospreys win it, they can rub some salt into the wounds if they get a big
Exactly.
score. But we are tied. So the Melbourne eXtreme. This is a do or die, sudden death end for the Club Sunbury franchise. And Ali
Great starter
says,
from Ali.
Booyaka sharp, right on the jack. It's been resurfacing his interview with David Beckham
Oh, yes.
after the Beckham documentary came out, and still very funny 20-something years later. So Corey Wedlock just going around the back. Had a good line though, Soph.
Had a great line.
Couple of claps there from Matt Flapper.
1-on-1 behind. They'd say that's textbook leading.
Gives Matty a lot to work with as Corey Wedlock. Puts in his second. He's close. Just goes around, but that is a good home. Sort of in between there. What are the instructions here, Sophie?
Swap hands. Just flop off Teasy. Sorry, Corey. Played it pretty well, you know.
He's not far away. He won't be flopping off.
Just going to draw for another. But no target made bigger.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
So
Still a bowl width.
can't ask for much more.
And it's flat as well, so it's
Yeah.
going to be harder to obstruct here. Corey Wedlock, a little trot in behind this. He doesn't mind it too much. He's close. And mightily close
Great
to the
shot.
point where he's drawn the shot.
Great shot.
Covering the jack too.
Maddie and Teasy just did the exact same thing walking up the green.
What did they do?
They walked backwards, turned around the same way at the exact same time, and then wiped their face. They're very in sync, these two.
Yeah. Matty Flapper's one of the finest exponents of the BPL. This one's missing under. They have nominated for their kill here. The Melbourne eXtreme, so they won't get another one. Matty Flapper's going to have to draw the shot because Aaron Tees has last bowl and he won't want to play it.
I think there is a chance for Maddie playing the same hand. He just finished tight. Up and over Ali's front bowl, tipping Corey's out. It's probably what they're looking for here. I think he's played it tight again.
Yeah, he said sorry.
His third bowl has been pretty deadly though,
Yep.
so he's more interested.
Doesn't mind this.
He's more interested.
So is Ali Forsyth.
He's
So is
very
Calvin
close.
Kirko.
He's very close.
Did he get it? Did he get it? Ali Forsyth doesn't think so.
No.
That's the match. That will do.
What an effort.
Teasy's not going to play the last bolt. Definitely
No.
not. That'll be a 2 or 1 double to 2. 5-3. The Melbourne eXtreme. Well, it's not the start to the morning that they want. They go 3-5, but the Tweed Heads Ospreys win their 6th consecutive match. A massive congratulations to Chloe Stewart, Aaron Tees, and Corey Wedlock and their coach Wayne Turley. It was a really enthralling battle. We still haven't quite seen a tiebreak
No.
here on Ringside Live, but plenty more action still to come today. The Moama Steamers and the Sydney Lions coming up next in just under 20 minutes' time. After that, the Hawks and the Suns at 11:30, and then at 1:15, the Steamers and the Ospreys to round out the day session of BPL 18 here on Rinkside Live. How am I going this morning? But some quick score updates around the traps here at Club Pine Rivers. The Ospreys, well, this is the first match to conclude. The Pioneers leading the second set against the Moreton Bay Pirates 4-1 after 3, after losing the first, so the Pirates up a set there. The Steamers and the Pulse, I believe that one's going to a tiebreak. The Suns and the Lions, 4-all in the second set. The Suns having won the first. The Hawks and the Tridents. The Hawks won the first 5-4. The Tridents lead that one. I think they're in a tiebreak right now. So absolutely brilliant matches this morning. Mudguard, Sophie Kurzman, thank you very much. We'll see you in just under 20 minutes' time.
Sounds good. Thanks, Val.
You shouldn't have told me that.
No, I really shouldn't have. Thanks, Vinny.
It's been Val Febo and Sophie Kurzman here this morning. The Tweed Heads Ospreys defeat the Melbourne eXtreme in straight sets. We'll catch you in just under 20 minutes' time for the Moama Steamers and the Sydney Lions, a replay of the BPL 17 Grand Final.